Let's think about what is going on astrologically right now. Right now. I'm recording this video on September 29th, 2022. Let's just make a list. We have the Sun in Libra. It's entered Libra on September the 22nd. And then we had the new moon in Libra on September 25th. Well, what if I told you that only 4 days later we would have Venus, Libra's ruler, move into its home sign? Because that is what is going to be happening. That's what has happened. Today, Venus moves into Libra. And it will be there from September 29th through October the 23rd. And then after the 23rd, it will transition into Scorpio. And that'll be a very, very different energy, very different territory that we're going to be dealing with. But for now, let's come home to all of the Libran things lighted up. If we think about the different motifs and adjectives to describe Libra as, now we can get serious about it, if I didn't say that before. Now is the time to really shine a light on that. So we've had Venus in Virgo, Mercury retrograde in Virgo. We've had Mercury retrograde conjunct Venus in Virgo. And Virgo is a sign of being of service, being of use, and establishing a very healthy, well-balanced routine, and helping the partner, improving the partner, and really being there for your health, being there through your partner to assist them in whatever avenue of life they need assisting in. Work smarter, not harder. That's very Virgo, and we've explored that. But now we're going to be exploring something very different. The sun moves into Libra after Virgo season. Virgo season is the wrap-up of summer, where people are gathering up their fruits and vegetables and taking them home to pickle them and to store them away in containers for the fall season and the upcoming winter. Now is the harvest time. The squash, the corn, it's going to be Halloween next month. The leaves are turning red and orange and yellow. And not to mention apple cider, going to an apple orchard, and really welcoming in the cool breeze of fall, where nature's turning older, and we're moving into the second half of the, we're in the second half of the astrological year from March 21st through March 20th. So the first 6 signs is all about you. What your goals are, how you want to lay the foundations in your life, how you want to talk and communicate, how you're going to establish home and family, that home front. Show off your creativity, and then take care of yourself and others that you feel are very important to you, that you value. Now, we're kind of shifting the focus here. So we're shifting kind of into a different doorway, into a different kind of, timeline. Now, one little thing that I just want to, I want to kill 2 birds with 1 stone. What I want to do is I just want to show you, just because we are coming into a new season, we're in a new season, I just want to show you cafe astrology. So just a little side note, just a little kind of, retreat from the journey that I am bringing you on through this video. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to share my screen here just for a second. Let me do that here so that you can see what I'm looking at. So let's just put in think of a name. Danny Thompson, let's just say. Let's put he, and let's say that he was born on none other than the 23rd of October. So put 23 October 2022. So we're going to scroll down and see the different years. And this is the astrology calculator that I use most often. And, it comes highly recommended when you're, talking to me about, oh, where do I want to look up a chart? This is probably one of the top sources. This is one of the top sources I will give you. So 23 October 2022. Let's just leave the time blank for now. Let's just assume that, noon is the time. And I'm just going to double check 10/23/2022. See? And so you see Venus has just moved into Scorpio. And to identify that, let's just scroll back up here to just say, let's say that Danny, this person, was born at midnight. And so I'm going to scroll down to see, okay, so we're going to double check 10/23/2022. Yes. And Venus is at the last degree of Libra, the anaretic degree of Libra. So, really, there you go. So, yeah, Venus. Okay, checked off the list. It is October 23rd that Venus changes sign. So now let us get into this. And, I'm not going to plan on, I'm not going to guarantee this, but I may do a little musical rendition for you because Libra is highly musical. And if you think of Julie Andrews, she has an iconic voice, and she is a Libra. And, if you just listen to the purity of her voice, it is so finely tuned and so, very elegant, and it's just a gorgeous, gorgeous voice. And, that's one of the aspects of Libra. Venus is love and beauty. Yes, it is pleasures. Yes, it is your possessions. But let's just focus. Let's just kind of rein in upon relationships, because Venus rules both Taurus and Libra. Venus in Taurus is more about, okay, your money, your house, your food, your kitchen table, your family, all those possessions. But now, let's take the focus off of the second house of money and your own personal achievements. And let's focus it on the seventh house, relationship and marriage. So, you have three parts. You have the planet, you have the sign that it's in, the sign that is transiting in, and you're born under certain natal transits. And the houses are where this placement shows up in your life, So that is, what the houses are about. So, Venus, the planet of relationships, how we want to show up in relationships. Who do we want to be in relationships? What kind of partner do we want, that we're attracted to, that we want to have a, committed or, non-committed relationship with, that we desire and that partner will be the best fit for us, that, our personalities flow and mesh and get along with, you know, different personality types than someone else. So we kind of need to group, like I think of, like if, there was this kind of setting where you would go in and then check off at the front desk, and then this person would be like, okay, ask you some information about you, and your preferences, give your date of birth, she would pull up her natal chart, and then she would say, okay, well, I'm going to send you to room 108. Because I believe that in room 108, you're going to find the right person to work with, that you're going to find a match. Libra's, matchmaker, make me a match, that kind of thing, with Venus. So, yeah, on an intellectual level and on an emotional level, with how we want to feel nourished and taken care of by a partner. And this could be anyone, family, friends, a spouse, or even a therapist. If you think about having to sit in the room and you're spilling your guts on what's going on in your life and how it's affecting you on an emotional level, you kind of want someone that you can get along with. If there are any blocks in the road, then those things need to be sorted out. And therapy and all those things, I think that we may, I may touch on that when Venus moves into Scorpio and we get into the very non-fluffy land, Scorpio. But for now, how we want to work with a partner, what makes us happy, what makes us feel fulfilled and connected to a partner. Romance is also an aspect with Venus as well, romance and dating. So, Venus and Libra. Again, seriousness about relationships come into play. Loving each other. Libra is a sign of, balance. So giving, so, not, doing so much yard work and doing more of that load, or maybe doing less of that load. And then the other partner has to, work and take care of more of the household chores. Like, it's just that classic example of, the wife taking care of the house and having to labor and slave, washing the dishes and making the meals and, mowing the lawn, and all of those little things, little, parts of life that can be essential, yet it requires discipline. And so, if you think about the husband, I've seen several, there are these films by this really wonderful filmmaker, YouTube channel, Darman, who has made several films about this particular lesson of, the husband comes home and has it, works for a big major company, makes a lot of money, and it's like, I don't need to do this because I've, made all the money. And this is my time to rest. Now, it's your responsibility to take care of the house. It's your, so those types of issues, and, relationship may have that type of issue, may have another issue entirely, but whatever issue can come to the forefront, can come to that middle ground, where one's not overpowering the other, where you don't have this person, laboring away, and this person, not lifting a finger and doing the work at all, and just sitting lazily on the couch, for, I don't know, 95, percent of the time, or whatever. That's just an example. Um, but, with whatever it is, that is a concern with Libra. Um, and instead of just being very defensive and argumentative and, my way or the highway and might makes right, very, like, powerful. The opposite needs to occur: the peace, the love, the understanding, the consideration, the sympathy for the other person. And to love means to really, value someone in a way that they're not separate or foreign from you, that they are really a part of your existence, a part of your life, a part of your happiness. And, um, you know, and, more than just, the like and the, I tolerate or I, respect or I accept, you know, it is love, and Libra is about love. The thing with, I would caution to say, oh, maybe not get in the mind about, the how beautiful this is intellectually. The idea of somebody me being partnered up with this person, or this quest upon finding the different leaves in the woods, but it's actually not something that the other person would enjoy and, find worth their time to doing as a leisure activity. Um, and so, with that in consideration, with considering both people's needs, both your needs and wants, and the other person's needs and wants, it can really be, relationships can work out if one's not being, selfish and, controlling and, you know, and so balancing each other's values is a big deal in relationships. So, um, and, a lot of this is just common knowledge. I don't have to be a relationship expert to say this. So, um, you know, learning to bend like a bamboo, not, with the tree roots in the ground, I'm not going to move, I'm not going to budge. And so, that's the kind of differentiation of Taurus, because Taurus can be stubborn and strong-rooted to the point of, oh, it's my way, it's on my terms. I want to sit at a table, and I want to, I'm not going to give up smoking, I'm not going to give up having all these possessions around me just because you want me to. And it's not that you have to give everything up, everything away, but, again, compromises, oh, I want to do this, but this is not, this other person relationship is affected by this in a very negative way. It's distracting, it's bothersome, whatever the reasoning may be. And so maybe, that's one issue, or maybe the husband may be overworking, coming in, briefcase in hand, walking up the stairs, kissing his wife, hugging her, but then, and let's say that, husband's a dad who has several children, and he is not attending and putting, attention and time into connecting with his children because of work, because of all those things. So maybe now those little things now it's kind of time to bring this to the forefront. Learning to bend. And, with that, you can share memories with one another. It doesn't matter what it is, as long as it's something that you enjoy doing and that you can remember. I went out to bowl, went bowling with this person, and, I remember him winning or getting, it was so fun, so competitive, or, whatever it is, big or small. And then the last thing with Venus and Libra is the idea of seeing the light within someone and celebrating it. Seeing the light, seeing the good. We can get so judgmental. Oh, you did this, and I don't like this, quirk about this person. I think this person's, weird or, you know, below me or rude or demanding or too serious, too cold, too old-fashioned, um, and I happen to, know somebody, right now who kind of views very serious, old-fashioned, and, kind of, I feel is taking the fun, enjoyment, excitement, enthusiasm out of what, I'm personally doing for this person. I don't want to get into the specifics of that. But, taking the judgments, taking the part of you that, the ego mind that just judges, just like, boom, but, stickler, the stickler, the nitpick. And so, Venus and Virgo shadow, we just had that, the stickler, the nitpick. Now, we're changing signs and see the light in somebody. What's good? What can you, compliment them, reward them? What can you say that's, that you like about the person? Those little bubbles of, positivity. And, and celebrating it, embracing it. But, you don't have to do that. Just, accept, tolerate, and, feel what you feel, but, just, the, simple answer is dropping into your heart, finding love, and finding calm. Not through you trying to make your brain, more open to this person, trying to, all that. Not working at it. There's nothing, working at relationships. Maybe if you're not compatible with this person or the other. But, breathing and surrendering the part of you that wants to be defensive and, say, I don't like you and all those types of things, surrender that and, say the positives and, all those things. There's dark within the light as well. Don't be a people pleaser. This is the other thing. Pleasing somebody else. Pleasing and because you want to connect with somebody, be very harmonious and get along, but own your value and you what you need and your points that you want to make and your beliefs and someone in relationship will understand your views, your values, your feelings, and won't necessarily expect something of you that is against that true friends don't lie. True, family members will not, you know, take too much burden off of you, or, I could go on and on. But that's another little note that I want to get in there as well. But I really want to get to the aspects. So, first of all, let's see. This is, 25 minutes in. All right. So, I think I've talked enough about Venus and Libra and what that means. I kind of took, longer than I anticipated that I would. But anyway, October the 1st, Venus opposite Jupiter. What does this mean? It may be, could be love, joy, what you find important may be hard to find. Too much may be too much. And, well, you may, overindulge. And, so this is going to be part 1 of Venus in Libra. And then part 2, I'm going to get into the different aspects of this. Just so that this is not, entirely too long of a video. So, thank you for tuning in. Bye for now.